What's up, everybody? Welcome to RBL Weekly. We are back here at our cozy little studios that we're still working our way into. You know, a lot of people noticed last week we're working our way into the space. It's tight, a little bit too tight for two people. So we thought, what's the best solution? How about we add a third? We are joined by a very special guest this week. I'm the RBL Commissioner, Pat Barker. That's the host and creator of the Roast Battle, Brian Moses. And this is a legend in the game, future Hall of Famer, making his triumphant return recently. And really going for it in LA this season, Jay Light.
Hi, yes. Happy to be back in the Roast Battle world, in the Roast Battle League era.
Yeah,
exciting stuff.
You want this.
Yeah.
You won it this season.
I'm going for it.
What got you back here? What brings a Jay Light, an accomplished, a writer on 2 seasons? You performed on season 2. You're now like a head writer, or at least like a top mercenary for MasterChef, or like network television kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So what brings a guy like you back to the RBL fold, back to the trenches?
Plain and simple, Roast Battle is super fun, and being back around the belly room more the past couple years and seeing the way that the league has evolved has really relit my fire for remembering how fun the show is to do. And then I was like, all right, I'll battle Julian, see how I feel after that. And even before I finished prepping for Julian, I was like, I'm gonna be back in this thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, you didn't ease your way back in. You jumped in with like the most fun target to write for. We gave you a non-binary Mexican. Of course, you want to come back. And if you battled Ryan Nesson the first one back, you'd never show up again.
No, never again.
You're like, this sucks. I don't want to think about these people.
But it's fun, and it's nice. I just had the special come out, so like I got time on my hands, and I'm not really feeling like I'm in a crunch to be cranking out new material. So I'm happy to take the exercise, which is what I always liked about Roast Battles. It's a great writing exercise.
Yeah.
So now I'm back in.
And you had the first stand-up special on the RBL channel, the Roast Battle League. We've come out with a couple now, and you did some pretty good numbers.
It's doing well. It just hit 75K.
Nice.
The other day, so it's exciting to see how it's going, and I'm excited for more Roast Battle people to have specials drop on the channel. We got Ryan Cullens out there. If you haven't watched that yet, check it out.
Please do.
Caveat Emptor, very good, very fun special. I think we got some other ones in the pipeline coming down soon, so it's going to be a good time.
Did you think it would do so well? I mean, 75,000 people have seen this thing now on this channel. I mean, did you think it would go that well?
No. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy to see how well it's doing. I'm very happy with what it means for the Roast Battle world at large.
Yeah. Well, listen, before people at home are like, what the fuck is stand-up? Why are they talking about stand-up? We're here to talk about roast battles. Shut up. Got you. We have a very special episode this week. This is something that I know all three of us are very excited about.
Yeah.
Yes, Narcan.
Yes, exactly. The 2025 RBL season 3 of the Roast Battle League, sponsored exclusively by Neft Vodka, is going to be starting on March 1st. And one thing we're doing this year for the first time is we are having a fantasy league. Like any good sport, you need degeneracy to accompany it. And we're doing it this year in the form of a fantasy league. Here's the deal. It's going to run on the Patreon. If you are a paid member of the Patreon on any tier, starting at $5 a month, you can get in on the fantasy draft. We're going to be doing the draft there right before the start of the season. If you win the fantasy draft, you win $500 cash plus a bunch of cool Roast Battle League swag and merch and stuff like that. So if you want to participate in this, jump on there and do it. And to give you an example of what that draft looks like, we are going to do our own mock draft today. With 3 people. So I'm very much looking forward to that. We have published a full draft guide. If you go to my Instagram profile at RBL Commish, there is a link to that in the bio. You can see the top 100 fantasy performers from the last 2 years and get an idea who you want to draft for your team.
It is Mel Kiper, Todd McShay, Daniel Jeremiah thorough.
Yes, thank you.
It is very NFL draft guide thorough.
This is a tome. It's a very thick Google Doc.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I think about remember chattel slavery? I think they have reports like this. Yeah. That's how I would draft. That's how I would draft my slaves.
They had a draft guide?
Yeah, they had
Mel Kiper Sr.
This is really good.
Thank you for getting us out of that with anytime Moses starts talking slavery or fentanyl, my eyes glaze over and I'm like, fuck. That Masterfully done. Way to get us out of there. Yeah, I'm here to give the borderline autistic draft rules and breakdown. And
Borderline.
Exactly. And then Moses will once in a while interject with a joke about a school shooting or something. That's the vibe we have here on RBL Weekly. The formula, just so you guys know.
I thought that was it.
Each team has a 16-person roster. You have to draft one battler from each of the teams in the league, except Vancouver and Sydney, because they're new this year. So the 14 teams that are in the league, and then 2 flex spots at the end. You get points when your battlers are featured on RBL Weekly when they win battles, or you get a bunch of bonus points if they win a major tournament like the Netflix tournament or the Fringe Festival, or, of course, the World Championship. Full breakdown of points is available on that draft guide. Without further ado, you guys want to jump into it?
Let's rock and roll.
I was just thinking about a school shooting. Like, what if there was an escape room, but it was like one of the school shootings, like Virginia Tech, Columbine, or Sandy Hook? Last week you were talking about that.
Sure.
Or you get to pick, and like you just have to get out of the escape room.
I'd be shocked if that doesn't exist already.
That'd be kind of lit. Yeah. By the way, yeah, don't trademark that. That's mine.
Okay, school shooting fantasy draft. Number 1 overall pick. Moses, go.
Ooh, number 1. God, I don't know. I just feel like Virginia Tech. I don't know why. I just feel
That's
like
who my number one
right,
pick
it
would
would
be
be
too.
you, yeah.
Cho Sung-hoi, he put up numbers.
He put up numbers.
Changed the game.
A student of the game, really.
Yeah, well, I don't subscribe to your DEI hiring policies, so I'll go Columbine. Good old-fashioned whites.
Wow.
The OGs.
Yeah.
The inaugural.
Okay, now that we're demonetized, let's get into the meat of the episode here. And we will be showing battles throughout the episode. We'll be breaking up the draft occasionally by throwing up some battles that feature some of the battlers that we have taken for our teams. But without further ado, Jay Light, you have the number 1 overall pick. And then it's going to be Moses and myself. We're going to go snake draft. Let's go. Who you got?
I think the number 1 pick is pretty obvious. Shalaka Karup.
Shalaka Karup of London. Do you want to give your breakdown, your reasoning?
I just feel like, Shalaka has shown over the course of 2 seasons an absolute, stellar performance. Season 1 MVP, made it to the World Championships, would have surely made it to the World Championships again if Tokyo had not slid in and taken that last spot in their graceful Cinderella story. But Shalaka is also, continuing to put on great shows every time she hits the stage. Even at the World Championship, her battle against Ellie Dallas was a great battle. Shows that Shalaka is far from finished in this sport.
Yep, and the number 1 ranked fantasy player, if you check out that guide now, and number 1, frankly, by quite some margin. So, smart pick, went chalk with the first one. Brian Moses, your turn.
Ooh, I was going to go a little unconventional with this pick, but then I'm going to go backwards, because, obviously, Shalaka was going to be number 1. Why wouldn't I think that? I'm going to go Ryan Cullen.
That's a really good pick.
I like that.
Yeah, he's been the most consistent probably outside of Shalaka in the league, outside of last season's champion Jay Yamaki. Cullen is so consistent. I can't not pick him if he's on the board still.
Cullen is a fantastic pick, and it's going to force me to change my strategy on these next 2 because I have 2 back-to-back here. My first round pick, I'm going with James Regal from Barcelona.
Ooh.
Now, I like Regal for 3 reasons real quick. Number 1, he's really good. Number 2, he lined up a tour through the U.S. the first couple weeks of the season. This guy's battling Logan Farr in the Bay Area. He's battling John Luna in L.A. and Paige Wesley at the Mothership.
Incredible.
That's 3 potential number 1 battles in the first 3 weeks of the season.
That's great.
So, he's going to come out of the gate swinging. And number 3, in a lot of these cities, there's a lot of talent. And the drop-off from 1 to 2 is pretty great. So if you miss out on the main guy, you're really taking a step back. I think that's the case in Barcelona, which is actually going to affect my next pick as well. For my second-round pick, I'm going to go with Jack Traynor.
Ooh.
That's a great pick.
I was thinking about holding off on this for a little bit. But once you get Cullen and Traynor off the board, there's a jump down for Scotland, so I'm going to get ahead of it right now. I'm going Regal and Traynor on my sandwich picks there.
Smart. Good stuff. Good picks.
Okay. You know what then? Wow. Because I know now it's going fast. It's almost like you got to get a tight end before you lose them, kind of a thing. If they're going to get all those points, NFL talk. I'm going to go with DeHerm.
Whoa! All right. Okay. DeHerm coming off the board
I'm going
in
DeHerm.
round 2.
He's He's a menace, and I really think this season he's going to put up some stupid numbers because I don't know how you beat this guy. I know people have. I saw Juan Felix beat him a couple weeks ago. I've seen even Ryan Nesson dismantle him. There's something about the Herm, though. He gets better and better every week. He's got his own show around literally all Los Angeles, just doing roast battles, calling him different names just so he can do it. The guy's only going to get better throughout this season, particularly. I got to get him now. I got to get him right now.
And shut your ugly ass up. Going to Herm. Right. First of all, no better 1-2 punch than Ryan Cullen and DeHerm. You have all the styles covered.
A lot of hair and cancer.
Right. One thing I do love about DeHerm, you're not going to get shortchanged on the number of battles he does.
Yeah.
He's going to – I think he led L.A. in the most battles done last season, and he was complaining to me the whole time. He's like, you never book me. I'm like, you did 9 battles in 8 months. So he wants to get up there. It's unconventional, but I don't hate it.
I also think, DeHerm he's improved every single time he's done it. He took your criticism to heart.
Yep.
I had a talk with him in the hallway the week after that battle. He was like, "Yeah, I really got to edit this stuff down a little bit better."
Yeah.
I think that's the key. And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, you're right." And then he challenged me to battle, and that battle's on the books for April.
Yes.
And that is the one out of all the battles that I have lined up so far, that is the one that I am the most scared about, just because I know how tough of a battle that is going to be.
Yeah.
There's nobody I've seen outside of maybe when Guy Branum had his run, Jay Light. Remember those days?
Yeah.
When Alex Hooper had his run, when George Perez had his run. There's certain guys who can just dominate the tempo, almost kind of like a Shaq can dominate a game, a Dwight Howard in his prime can dominate a game. There's certain guys who can kind of dominate the tempo and the overall vibe of a battle, and I haven't seen it in this generation outside of DeHerm and maybe Angie Stroud.
It's a crazy pick, just crazy enough to work. Jay Light, second round. Who you got?
My second round pick. Man, this is tough. I mean, I'm surprised he stayed on the board this long. I'm gonna go Jay Maki for my next pick.
It's a great pick.
I feel like it's the right call. Given that he's still on the board, Yamaki, obviously the reigning world champion. And I do think there's a very high, a high floor with Yamaki also. Like, even if he's battling and his battle's not in the top, it's still going to wind up being a very, like, I don't see a battle that Jay's in going lower than like 4th or 5th on the countdown.
Yeah, very, very consistent. By the way, Shalaka Corrupt, Jay Yamaki 1 and 2 in the fantasy draft guide. This guy got both of them. Snake order, so it's you for the third round, Jay.
I'm going to go with Malia Simon. I've been singing Malia Simon's praises for a long time. I think she should have been the New York City MVP.
Right.
No shade to Andrew Manning. I understand that there's the triangle of their champs out there. But I think Malia has really shown herself to be just an impeccable joke writer. To your point about being able to dismantle somebody, this is something that she is so good at, and she hits angles on people in a way that I have not seen done at a high level like this without missing. So I think she's shown consistency, and she's, again, someone else who's on the rise.
Yeah, over the course of 2 seasons, she's 5th in the draft guide, I believe, but I think she would have been 1st last season. First season was a little bit, slow for her. Second season, she went crazy. And by the way, 2 battles already lined up. She's battling in March in New York. And then for the big showcase we have coming up, April 6th at the Comedy Cellar. I don't believe tickets are on sale for that yet, but please keep an eye out for it because we're in the small room. The card is insane. Yeah. And one of the battles on there is going to be Malia Simon versus Andrew Manning at the Comedy Cellar on April 6th. So please keep an eye out for those
Fat
tickets.
Black Pussycat, the bar area.
Damn.
Exactly. Moses, round 3.
Ooh, this is a tough one. This is a very tough one because Jay took my MVP from last season. I do appreciate her. But you know what? I've got a trend going now. I've got Ryan Cullen goes dark. DeHerm goes dark. Let's keep going dark. John Ajota.
That's a great pick.
I like that. This is like the run when everybody starts picking, like a specific position or whatever, and then everybody's going.
Yeah.
Yeah, NYC is kind of a 3-headed beast, so I think, we kind of know where but I'm not going to head there just yet. I got a little bit of time, and you guys can still get them because we still do have 2 flex spots. Don't forget that.
Right.
But for my 3rd round pick, I'm going to go Paige Wesley.
Good pick.
Paige always has incredible battles. And she's a part of the Bay this year, the first free agent in roast battle history. She has a residence legally in the Bay, so all the paperwork is in order. She's going up there, and with the addition of the wild card spot, she knows they can make the playoffs, and she knows she can be the MVP there. And she's going to be rejuvenated, bunch of fresh matchups, people she's never faced before. I think she's going to come out swinging and have some incredible battles. And as long as we're talking about Paige Wesley, let's go with her prom date. I'm going to go Troy Lewis in the 4th round from Tokyo. Similar to my strategy on Scotland, I feel like Yamaki is clearly the top. Troy is a rung below, and then there might be another rung or two that I don't really want to go down. So I'm going to nip it in the bud, and I'm going to get Troy Lewis.
Smart.
Okay. All right. Well, let's keep that train going. This was an early season MVP last year. I'm going to go Deep Town Shuja.
Wow.
I
okay.
like that.
So we're sticking in the Bay Area. The winner of the California Cup last year, who then was a little bit inactive after he won the Cup. You think he's going to come back strong this season?
I don't even know if he's going to play this year. I just kind of like this team right now. I think you're not really messing with this team joke and performance-wise right now. I just think on paper, that's a hard team to beat.
It is. You got some great joke writers and to Herm. It's a really solid squad you got there.
Yeah.
A lot of styles, a lot of flavors. A lot of curry, a lot of soul food. Yeah.
All right, Jay, make your pick for the 4th round, and then we're going to take a break. We're going to show you guys a battle, and then we'll come back for round 5.
Okay. I'm going to, and this is something that I wasn't sure. Again, I feel like there's a lot of people who are falling to me that I didn't expect to get. I'm going Ryan Nesson. Ryan Nesson for my LA pick. Ryan's coming in angry this season. He's got something to prove. And he had his slump last season. He's come back strong. He had a great win against a Herm. I think that he is somebody who really wants to show up, put his mark back on the league. He had a huge, in terms of like fantasy points last season, he's up there with the best of the best, with the highest points earners, even though his season was a little bit rocky. Mm-hmm. But I do feel like Nesson is the right pick for that round.
Number 3 overall rank. So Jay's made 4 picks. He's got 1, 2, 3, and 5. In terms of you're going auto draft a little bit.
A little bit. But
Moses and I are going a little bit off the board.
Yeah.
But wait till you see what I go for my next pick.
Ooh.
Because then we're going a little off the board.
We call that a teaser in the business. Let's take a break and watch a battle. We'll be back in a minute with round 5.
Let's make this quick so James can get back to fighting with 12-year-olds on Fortnite. James has a tattoo written in Spanish. It's always risky to get a tattoo in another language, because it might not translate correctly. Like, for example, James thinks that his tattoo says, "A life lived in fear is a life half lived." But what it actually means is, I'm a huge pussy. One more. James has, a lot to say about this guy, James has lived in Spain for 9 years, but he's still not fluent. But that's okay, because the girls he dates are learning their first words, too.
As long as that first word is yes, I'm good. Good evening, Edinburgh. Allow me to introduce you to my opponent, Growth Defect Barbie. Caroline was really excited to visit the largest fringe in the world in the hope that she'd finally find something to cover up that fucking massive forehead.
Tried to use your dick, but not even close.
You're too old for me.
James's wife left him and moved to the Caribbean. She had to go all the way across the world to outrun his receding hairline. So, she lives on a boat in the ocean now, finally getting what she never could in their marriage, wet.
Caroline's Caroline's just jealous because the only time a guy's going down on one knee for her is to give her a boost over a small wall. So, anyway, yeah, Caroline comes from her rich mum's vagina. Sorry, Richmond, Virginia, sorry. She's got a fringe show here. She's got a show, if you've seen it, it borrows very heavily from American tradition of entering countries uninvited and bombing for a month. Caroline now lives in New York City. Her favorite monument is the Statue of Liberty. Give me your poor, your tired, your huddled masses, is what she has written right above her fanny.
And yet you still can't get in. James has kind of a supervillain, evil genius look, right? Like, he looks like he'd find the cure for cancer, but use it to cure blue balls instead. James works in PR. I know you're thinking that must stand for pussy repellent, but no, it's actually, he works in public relations. He does damage control for his clients, so he's an expert in covering up humiliating disasters, just like how his beard covers his face.
Thank you, Legally Bland. Caroline, I think she looks a bit like if a MAGA hat was a person. Caroline told me in her spare time she enjoys running coloured people off her property.
James told me he used to be a DJ in Ibiza, which is just what he calls making Spotify playlists to listen to while he roofies women on Hindus. I could have just stopped after used to be a DJ in Ibiza.
She laughed immediately.
Yeah, it's funny. James practices Buddhism, so don't worry, all those women passed out in his basement are just meditating.
Okay, let's get serious a minute. Own up. Who left Jennifer Lawrence in the tumble dryer? All right. So, a bit of history about Caroline. She was a high school athlete. She was actually a pole vaulter, but she had to quit after the school ran out of toothpicks.
Are you skinny?
I'm flirting now. It's the whole thing. Caroline. So after high school, Caroline worked for a private equity firm, but she had to quit after her investments matured faster than her face and body. And actually, Caroline likes her investment portfolio the way she likes her comedy. Very little interest. It's a smart one, that one.
Please come see my show. James has a part-time job as a nighttime bicycle tour guide. So, yeah, he's doing well. So yeah, every night he leads women down dark streets until they're exhausted and bruised, and then he goes to his shift at the bike place. So one last thing to close out. James and I, we actually met up last week to kind of get to know each other before the roast, but I was really drunk. So I started trying to take notes kind of just on his first impression. I'll read them to you. I just wrote, sad divorced man. Looks like his dick smells weird. And kind of a pussy. I think I nailed it. So.
You've read my Fringe reviews. So nice. Oh, Caroline, sweet Caroline. You mentioned my dick there. You actually remind me a little bit of a foreskin, actually. I thought, no, because at one point or another, you've been on the end of everyone in America's dick. Wow, that really didn't land, did it? That was literally the punchline. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll try that again. At one point or other, you've been on the end of every dick in America, and most of them have got rid of you pretty quickly. There we go.
All right, so we're back, about to hop into round 5 of the fantasy draft. Jay Light has gone with a lot of the biggest names on the board, but he promised a ridiculously off-the-board pick for this one. Who you got?
We were talking about this beforehand, about Chicago specifically.
Yes.
And I'm going somebody from Chicago for my next pick, and that person is Brandon Kiefer.
Ooh.
I like Kiefer a lot. I finally got a chance to meet him when I was out there last month. Kiefer is a journeyman comic in Chicago, been in the scene a long time. The battles I've seen from him, always very entertaining. And I do feel like there's a little bit of a wild card pick. But the Chicago, the bubble in Chicago seems like there's a lot of people who are rising up to be somebody who could be on top there, and I feel like Kiefer's a solid person who I can trust to put up some points.
Chicago's tough. Moses, we were talking about this before you got here. It's like I looked at them and I'm like, I don't know who to draft from there. Because last season, Sorich was like way ahead of everybody. Now he's helping more behind the scenes. He told me on the Patreon he's going to take like a little step back from battling. So it's kind of like a crapshoot. But Kiefer, man, if he's active this year, yeah, that all his battles are so entertaining. That's a good pick.
It's funny you guys are saying that, yeah, because I think on the way over here, I was like, who am I going to... It wouldn't be Chicago until the later rounds because there is so much turnover in Chicago. You think about Katie Kincaid and Brandon Kiefer and Tito and all the guys that we used to like seasons ago, and now like they are kind of behind the scenes and just kind of helping bring this new class and this new crop in. So it's tough to draft Chicago in the first even 5 rounds.
Chicago's interesting though because if you get a really good one, let's say Jay, let's say somebody in the Patreon league takes Fujiko or something, and then she starts going absolutely nuts. You could flip her for somebody who panics, like, oh yeah, I have Jay Yamaki and he hasn't battled in 2 months. Panic trade, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just something to think about. Moses.
Yeah, by the way, Deep Town Shuja, Ajoda, Cullen, DeHerm. I know DeHerm's not going to stop, but all you guys, don't stop, especially you, Ja. Get back in there. I need this.
Yeah. This is big for all of us. So if we draft you, it's a sign of respect. Don't fuck us over, please.
Yeah, don't do that. All right, speaking of which, this is a big one. I need somebody kind of solid right here. I need to kind of go out of the United States a little bit. This is a tough one. This is between somebody in the U.S. and outside the U.S. I'm going to go, and another one I'm not sure who's going to keep battling because I know she's got a problem with, she's got a moral thing about battling now, but Megan Roth is who I'm going here.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going Megan.
That's some inside info, a moral thing about battling.
Yeah, she had like recently posted something on Instagram. It wasn't even a cryptic. She was just like, 2 things I have moral issues with, and roast battle and something else. And mainly, I don't remember the other thing because roast battle was just more of a shot. And I was like, oh, don't stop doing this. You're really good at this. And, it's all just about breaking down the barriers instead of just putting up the barriers. I know that we are, intentionally like we're insulting people and hurting feelings, but ultimately we're saying that these things shouldn't hurt. We can get past all these things because nobody's dying.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
well,
come on, Megan, please.
Yeah, if that's the issue, yeah, that's crazy. Get in there and be mean to people. We're doing it for fun. I'll say this without knowing the specifics on that. She's super funny. Last year's co-rookie of the year.
Yeah.
She judged at the last second in the World Championships because we had a potential judge that we weren't sure we were going to get. Couldn't get him, and then she was just on her way to hang out and watch, and we hit her up like an hour before the show, like, yo, do you mind judging? And she killed it. So
she was great.
She's really good at this.
Super funny. So here's where I'm going to do something a little bit crazy. I've been trying this whole time. I've been kicking around the LA spot, right? And I got 3 names that are on the top of my mind here. John Luna, obviously big point getter last season.
Yeah.
And then you got Nate Welch and you got Tom Goss as they're going at it in a 3-round title match the first week of the season. They're both great fantasy picks. I really can't decide between the 2 of them. So I'm taking them both. 5th round, I'm going Welch. And 6th round, I'm going Goss. Goss is going to be one of my flex picks.
Spots, man.
Using one of my flex spots early. And the only reason I went Welch before Goss, even though they're essentially at the same time, this is just respect to the champ. deference to the champion. Nate Welch and Tom Goss, both on my team. I have one flex spot left. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that.
It's really good.
Nice.
Wow, that was well done.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay, so I went out of the country for the last one with Megan. I might just stay out of the country with this one and go with Helen Kay.
I like that.
I'm going to go Helen Kay. I was between her and Luke Hall on this, but I think Helen's got a ruthlessness, and she's not going to stop doing this. So I need some points. I know she's a big bucket getter. As we say.
Yeah. They're not going to stop doing this is big.
Yeah.
You need workhorses.
Yeah, exactly. Especially for fantasy, yeah.
She's coming out to do a Mothership March 16th.
See what I mean? Yeah, she's not stopping.
In international fair, we got battlers from Barcelona, Tokyo, and London
That's going to be good.
participating. It's going to be great. I like that pick.
Passports.
Yeah.
Get kicked out literally right after the battle. Go right back home. Can't stay here, guys.
Yeah, we had to get the international thing in now before Elon cuts. Like, once he gets word of this, he's going to be like, we're cutting all funding to international roast battles.
Yeah, it's all going.
There's going to be a lot of flights that crash around Austin.
Yeah. It would be funnier if it wasn't a legitimate concern of mine. Bottom of the 6th, Jay.
Oh man. This is we're getting to some real like tough, like, who do I want to get that I feel like is still going to be on the board performing for some of these other cities where we already have a couple people gone from, but also do I want to go for somebody who is in a city that we haven't picked anybody from yet? And I'm in a privileged position. I get to do a little bit of both. For my next pick, I'm going to take Kyle Samuel out of Scotland.
Okay.
I think Kyle's put up some really good battles. I like his performances. I trust that he will keep doing it. For my Austin pick, I'm going to go with Ryer Cameraman.
Ooh,
And that's my next pick. I think
Nicely done.
Ryer is somebody who always is entertaining.
Yep.
Ryer won the Austin MVP race.
Correct.
And I think that's another city where it's tough. It's like Chicago, where there's a lot of talent in that city.
Yeah.
But you're never gonna. The consistency is the big issue with Austin, and I do feel like Ryer has some of that consistency and just being a beautiful, entertaining performer every single time I watch him battle. I'm like, oh, this is great. This is fantastic.
Completely agree. That's Austin's a tough place, but you can't go wrong with Ryer. Moses?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Shelly Gruenberg.
Oh, you beat me to it.
Haven't lost. Kind of need those workhorse points. I'm trying to get those in the backgrounds here. Need my queen to keep winning and not losing.
Damn, dude. That's that was my next pick.
I got the 2 rooks of the year.
It's a good pick.
I'm going hard.
That's always the worst part of fantasy, when you're sitting there like waiting for your turn and you're like, I'm gonna take this person, and then right before they beat you to the punch. That's a solid pick. For the 7th round, then I'm gonna go, because I feel like Atlanta's a little bit like Scotland, where there's or Tokyo, where there's like a clear 1 and then a clear 2 and then question mark. So I'm gonna take the clear 2. I'm gonna go with Tamar Rubin.
Oh, that's who I was gonna go.
Who had a really solid rookie season in Atlanta. So
Damn.
I'm going to go with that. And then for my 8th round pick, I'm going to go with a guy working very closely with Jay Light this season as they co-run Dallas-Fort Worth. I don't know how you and Mike Eaton find the time to co-run a city, one of our minor league secondary cities.
Yeah.
Mike is co-running the secondary league, and he's also like, yeah, I'll battle anywhere in the world anytime, just let me know. He has like a Frontier pass. He's like, as long as Frontier flies there, I can get there for $1.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, book me wherever. So he's he's a workhorse, and he's always funny. Battles are always entertaining, and he pretty decisively beat Tom Goss in the original room in L.A.
Yeah. It was a good battle.
A couple months ago. He came out swinging. I'm gonna go with Mike Eaton in the 8th.
Damn.
Moses, eighth round pick.
Okay, we're getting in there. This is getting tough, man. Nobody in Denver yet. Nobody from Toronto yet. Cleveland's still on the board. I'm gonna go to Denver, and I know this guy. He's gonna help me out. I know he's battling this year. Adam Gilliland.
Oh, I like Adam.
Yeah.
That's a good
Give
pick.
me that Gilliland. Yeah. I like my team. Just on paper, I like him, but I need you guys all to battle. Thank you.
Yeah, you know one thing I love about your team? As a basketball fan, I'm like, he's got a lot of height on this squad. Dahern, Deep Tanshu, Gilliland's a monster. Ajoda is like sneaky tall. Like, yeah, I mean, you got some, the girls are a little bit on the short side, but the guys, yeah. That's a defensive presence down low. I'm not sure it helps you in the roast battle league, but
no, but
impressive.
I'm doing just keep battling, you guys. Ja, just give me 5 battles this year. Gilliland, you keep doing what you're doing. Ajoda, you're a maniac. I'm never gonna tell you what to do. Grunberg, Cullen, Roth, and Helen K. You guys are good. Come back with it.
All right, bottom of the 8th, and then we'll go to another battle. Jay,
Okay.
Who you got?
I mean, this is tough. I feel like I gotta go with another one of the cities that has not gone off the board at all yet. I'm going to go Cleveland. I'm taking Chris Pa.
Oh, yeah.
And I've only seen Chris battle once, but it was at the Mothership.
Yep.
And that battle was so fun.
Yeah.
Chris is another person who I know, like, he's helping run in Cleveland. He's somebody who really cares about the sport, and also that translates to the battle, the way the style that I saw him with. And he's not afraid to go dark. He's not afraid to do the really big, heavy hitting kind of roast jokes. And also his background is really interesting. I think because he's got this morgue background, like the gallows humor, I think is something that's very much in his wheelhouse.
It helps, man.
Not to mention, when somebody has an interesting background, it makes them a bigger target, which
Yeah.
helps the overall quality of the battles, which is the way you get most of the fantasy points.
Exactly.
So that's a good pick. Cleveland is finally off the board. The only cities that nobody's touched yet at this point, Toronto. Will somebody get Toronto in the next 4 rounds? We'll find out. But for now, let's take a look at another battle.
All right, now, okay, is it just me, or does Ryer kind of look like she keeps her Nuva ring inside of a Tupperware container?
Joven and I have actually known each other for a while. A few years ago, I ordered an Uber, and he came on a magic carpet. Should I sit in the back?
Well, thanks, you little two-eyed Cyclops. Let's see what I got for you. All right, now Ryer, she doesn't look like but this girl, a pervert. Seriously, she's gonna go home and watch a little bit of her favorite claymation child porn.
Joven actually goes, shh, the movie's starting before he watches his child porn. It's a little creepier. Why do you need it to be so quiet? What are you listening for?
Fuck you, Little Miss Cottage Cheese. Get out of here, all right.
You giant potato.
All right, peel me later. All right. So, I have a really big crush on Ryer. It's hard to admit, but I feel like me and her would go viral on Pornhub. Don't you think? Like, it wouldn't be sexy, but it would be like interesting. like from an outside perspective, like who's gonna queef first?
The only reason Joven and I aren't together is because I'm not a camel. I think he would have sex with a camel. Is that a rebuttal or a joke? Can I do another joke?
You do another one.
Joven conceal carries a hot dog.
All right, so I feel like if you squeeze Ryer hard enough, just an undyed Easter egg would pop out. You should fuck off. All right.
I know you love squeezing women. It's not the time, Joven. It's not the time. Joven a few years ago was actually recruited to the Taliban. This is absolutely true. And the only reason he didn't get accepted is because he couldn't zip the suicide vest. It's important. You've got to close it.
All right, last joke.
All right, I feel like Ryer kind of has like the sexuality. This might be for the chefs in the crowd, but I feel like Ryer kind of has the sexuality of a shallot. Like, is it garlic? Is it onion? I don't know, but get it out of my fridge.
Joven, you porn-addicted Teddy Graham. God, you melted popsicle, you. Joven used to sell popsicle sticks with jokes on them, but they had to stop him because they realized that the only thing he was writing was the names of the 9/11 victims. It's not funny, Joven. It's not funny. It was a tragedy.
All right. Get up for Joven and Ryer, everybody. That was a lot of fun. Hell yeah.
All right, so we are back now, about to start round 9 of the draft. We're halfway home. Jay Light, you still got 8 more spots to fill. Who are you taking next?
Next round, I'm taking Jordan Ducharme.
Oh,
Manchester.
God damn it, man. That's a good one.
I got it. Listen, we're in the area now where it's like you got to start filling out your roster, especially in some of these other cities from across the pond. And I haven't filled out my my international bracket as much as I could have. Because I took Jay Maki and Shalaka Caruso early on, and Kyle Samuel is, I think, a solid pick for Scotland. But now I've really got to start thinking, all right, who is somebody who could be putting up points,
Yeah.
even if they're not at the top every single time? And I've really, all the battles I've seen from Jordan, I really like watching Jordan Ducharme battle.
He was the top point getter in Manchester last season. Only had a 4-7 record, but the way wins and losses work, you get 2 points for every win. You only lose 1 point for a loss. So even if they go 4-7, that still is a net positive.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has a lot of great battles. I think that's a great pick, and frankly, was going to be one of mine in my sandwich. So Moses,
Yeah, I'm gonna go Tabitha Jones.
smart.
Yeah, because I don't know anybody else in Cleveland outside of Paul, but Tabby was big. I'm sorry if that you hate that nickname. I'm sorry, but Tabitha, yeah, she was crushing early in the year. She was an All-Star last year from Cleveland, so I'm gonna go Tabitha Jones.
She is also participating in their tournament, which launches March 1st. So she has a chance to get points right off the bat. She was the only top 100 ranked battler from Cleveland. Of course, that's totals over 2 seasons. They've only been around for 1. Even more impressive to make the top 100 when you've only been around 1 season. So, I like that pick. I think that's smart. I'm gonna get somebody from Manchester right now, just as a panic move, because you guys got Meccan and Jordan. And for my third spot in Manchester, I had it down to, I was thinking Brendan Fox, who beat Meccan for their title last year. I'm going to go with a guy named Charlie Ashton. Now, we've seen him on the podcast. Here's what I like about him, and this is in the draft guide. During the offseason, he won their title. This is something that's happened in March 12th that I'm very excited about. Jack Traynor of Scotland is going to Manchester to battle Charlie Ashton. It's good news for Charlie. Jack has great battles. That'll probably be a bunch of points. Here's the intriguing part. He's putting the title on the line. So if Traynor wins in Manchester, he takes the Manchester belt home to Scotland. Doesn't help for fantasy. I just think it's really fascinating. And, who knows? It could be the UK belt before long. I love what they're doing over there. So give me Charlie Ashton. And then, you know what? I'm going to finally take a New York guy, and I'm going to go with the number 2 battler in the world last season, Andrew Manning.
Finally.
Yeah.
The disrespect continues. 9th round pick. That is now, 10th round, technically.
Yeah.
10th round pick on a guy who just came in second in the world, who's lost 1 battle in the last 3 years, and is remaining super active to the point where he was in the middle of the New York tournament while he was battling in London. It's disrespectful, you guys. And Andrew, I hope you use it as motivation that they let you fall to the 10th round. That's disgusting. Moses, go.
Very mean, very, very mean. I'm gonna go. Gosh, I haven't got anybody from Barcelona. I don't care. I'm gonna go AJ Leidick.
Whoa, good
out
pick.
of Chicago.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I know AJ watches this, and I know, especially if he hears his name, he's that kind of narcissist. So, AJ, I need you and your young energy to crush it this season. It's March to November. Just give me 10 battles this year. That's all I need from you.
That's it. 10 battles in 8
That's it.
months.
Just
Come
10
on.
battles. Come on. Just go hard this year.
Don't be a pussy, dude. Come on.
It's the season.
Yeah, come on, dude.
I need you. You're tall. You're young. You're Hitler youth.
You gonna let him down?
Yeah, Hitler's big right now in the black community. Like, I need you. And you've got that youth thing going on. You're blonde, and I think you have blue eyes. I don't know. So, shout out Kanye.
How many of those shirts did you buy?
It's just crazy that song Power was about Hitler. He's like, no one man should have all that power. It should be me. All that white power.
Yeah. The guy's going through a divorce. Cut him some slack. Jay. 10th round. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to make some, to the points you were making earlier about people being big targets and being fun, interesting battlers as opponents, making those battles do better. I got 2 people in mind for my next round. I'm going Dakota Fry from the Bay Area.
Smart.
You know, no shade to some other battlers from the Bay who I'm leaving a little higher. You know, your Logan Farrs and Josh Meanses, but Dakota again, a very lots of stuff that you can hit Dakota on as an opponent, and I think that makes for a fun battle, and that I think is also part of why Dakota rose so high this year and was able to shine.
He won the Bay Area MVP while simultaneously leading the league in losses.
Yeah. Crazy.
That's crazy. That speaks to how good his battles are. Mm-hmm. And did you see who he's battling the first week of the season?
No, who's he battling the first week?
Alexis Fox.
Oh, shit. Alexis Fox finally getting into the ring.
Adult film star Alexis Fox, who friend of the program.
Friend of the show.
She's great.
The one person in the comments who loves Alexis is very excited.
No, people love Alexis.
I mean, no, I'm just saying.
There's someone who really
there's one
loves
guy
her.
who's like, where is Alexis every single week?
Well, good news, buddy. She's battling a fat Jewish guy, and you can watch it and pause it and do whatever you need to do during the battle.
Maybe you get the auto blow code.
Yeah.
Roast 15.
Here's to all the fans. If you get the auto blow with our promo code and you use it while watching Alexis Fox battle, keep it to yourself. I don't want to know about it. That's disgusting. Let's go to the, what is this, the 11th round now?
11th round, I'm going Barcelona, Mila Kopaeva.
You motherfucker.
Because, again, Mila, interesting target, interesting battler.
Yep.
And also, if she's got the gumption enough to battle Pat Barker
sure,
in Barcelona, I think that speaks highly to her confidence, but also her abilities.
Yeah.
And that's a good combo.
The champ out there.
Man, all right.
He took your pick.
Oh, she's the champ? I didn't know she's the champ. Look at that.
She's the champ.
Mila.
Of course, if the belt was on the line, you'd be looking at the Barcelona champ right now. I mean,
Yeah, well, yeah.
All right, so then I'm staying in Barcelona, and I was gonna go Mila because she's got the title for Barcelona and the most obnoxious voice in the league. And then I thought, all right, well, if somebody does pick Mila before me, Jay, do I go Black Esther? And that's just the name I call her because she's in a country that's very, very racist. And I can't go Esther because it's tough because of the audience, because of the way they are there. So I'm going to flip it. I'm sorry, Esther. I want to be behind you. I just don't trust your audience out there. I think you're great. You just got to get out of that country. Darren Cullen.
Nice. So you got Ryan and Darren Cullen.
Yeah, I got the Cullen brothers.
The Cullen brothers.
Yeah. The Bash brothers.
Yeah, I love it. Darren has a lot of fun battles. I was looking ahead to because I was like, if I don't get Regal, who is on that third spot for Barcelona? There's a lot of guys. Stuart Kennedy, Ben Pablo just won their tournament. Ali Bustle, but yeah, Darren Cullen is proven, man.
Ali's good, yeah, but Darren and Darren's a sports guy, so he's gonna help. I know he battles, so he's watching this. He asked me for some help for the who should he pick in the Super Bowl. We didn't want to bet against the Chiefs, but obviously, we hate the Chiefs because I'm a Raider fan and he doesn't know anything about football. So yeah, shout out Darren Cullen. I need you to do some battles this year. Just give me 10. You and AJ Leidig and Ryan Cullen, you guys need to do some European bashing.
That's your team catchphrase. Just give me 10.
Just give me 10.
Just give me 10. That's all I need.
10 battles. I need everybody to do 10 battles this year.
Come on.
Ja, you can do 5. Just do 5, Ja.
Let me get 10.
Yeah.
Just give me 10. All right, I'm gonna go to Toronto. I'm gonna be the first person to take somebody from Toronto. I'm gonna go with their defending MVP, Sarah Ashby. Toronto is a little bit like Chicago in that I don't know what to think for this coming season. I don't know who. Hershawn Aurora season 1 was their guy, and then he disappeared season 2. Sarah won the MVP. Will she stick around? I genuinely have no idea. But you got to pick somebody. And the defending MVP from there is as good a place as any to go. And I'll tell you what else I'm going to do for my sandwich pick. I am going to use my second flex spot now. And I'm going to go L.A. I'm going to go John Luna.
Woo!
Great pick.
So here we are at round 12. I didn't know if I was going to go Nate Welch, Tom Goss, or John Luna. I ended up getting all 3. Now, I've used both of my flex picks, but I feel pretty good about it.
That's
good
bad.
picks.
Yeah.
Great picks. All
Nice.
Thank you. Jay Light.
Well,
Man.
Oh, wait, no. Moses.
No, it's
Wait,
Moses. No.
Skipping Moses. My apologies. 12th round. You and then Jay, and then we'll show another battle. What do you think?
wow. Yeah, since we're going flex picks, there's a run on flex picks. I'm going to go Angie Stroud.
All right.
I'm
That's a
going
good
to need you
pick.
to do 10, Ange. I know you never watch any of these, and you're probably never going to hear about this, but I need 10. It was between you and Luke Binkow, and everybody knows how I feel about fucking tiny Luke Binkow.
Yeah.
So, ladies are better at this. You beat him head to head. Got a lot riding on Angie Stroud. Met your family. Your dad's very funny too. Let's go, Angie Stroud. Give me 10.
Battling Helen K at the mothership.
That'll be
March
good.
16th. And then also, look, she's the undercard champion, but I think we've reached a point with Angie where I don't know that there's an undercard person on her level. She might be graduating to the big league soon. She might be in the title picture in the first half of the season.
Could be.
So, yeah, I think that's a good pick.
Yeah. From a featured player to a regular player on SNL, Angie Stroud.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jay Light.
My next round, I am going to go with, out of Denver, Jake to Pizza.
Okay.
Saw Jake is battling in March, and I am intrigued by the numbers. Not as familiar with his battles as some of these other people on my board, but I got faith in Jake to Pizza out of Denver, and his numbers from the previous seasons don't lie.
Yeah, that first season, it was Gilliland and Pizza, I feel like. And then the next season, it was Stonick and Corridor. So I still need a Denver guy. I'm still on the fence about a few of those names. But we'll get to that in a minute. For now, let's jump into another battle.
Battle! Let's roll!
We all good? Okay. Angie, she has a black dad and a white mom, which is why she is so laid back with a flat ass. That's just keeps you slippery.
Yeah, I'm mixed, just like the cocaine Handren buys.
You know about cocaine. You're Zendaya's stand-in. Angie is bisexual and biracial, which means the black half of her hates that gay little white bitch. She's always calling the cops on her. That's all.
I'm bi, Handren's an LGBTQAnon. Seriously though, give it up for G.I. Hobo. Handren has the hairline of Jada and the temper of Will. He's always like, keep my white name out of your fucking mouth.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
Yeah. The black half wrote that joke. I don't know if Angie's parents beat her growing up, but her voice sounds like she's about to get hit. It's like if worried was a sound.
Give it up one more time for Professor X Barista.
Thank you. Manager X Barista. Thank you.
The X-Men is how Handren refers to trans women.
How dare you? They are men. Angie, she tells jokes the same way she gives head, dry and unenthusiastic. Is this good?
Speaking of head, Handren's uncircumcised. You just have to put a stupid fucking hat on everything.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, for this last one, like I said, Angie is she is bisexual. She does fuck dudes. Her favorite position is soaking, and the only way she can come is if she accuses him of rape afterwards. Oh, too harsh for roast battle.
Handren,
Thank you.
Handren has a daughter named Wild with an E. She's on the honor poll. And his next kid is going to be named Whore with a W.
You just learned how to spell. Way to go. Way to go.
We are back with the thrilling conclusion of the mock draft. Again, if you want to participate in this, if you want to draft your team, sign up for the Patreon. Any paid tier, $5 a month it starts at. You can get in on this. There is a cash prize, $500. You will get a bunch of Roast Battle swag, and more importantly, bragging rights over a group of freaks like yourself. We got 4 rounds left in this thing. Jay Light, you still need Atlanta and Toronto, and you have 2 flex spots. Where are we going?
I'm going a flex spot next. I'm taking Audrey Hebert.
Ooh, I love this pick.
Audrey moving to Los Angeles.
Yes.
And that means I think it bodes well for her stats this year. Obviously, when she was in San Diego but battling in LA, you're not able to come up as much.
Yeah.
But I think that now that she's physically here in the city of Los Angeles, she will be battling more. I also know that she, the last performance that she had, which I don't think has aired on the channel yet. But
I think it just dropped.
It might have just dropped.
I think it just dropped against the legend, Paige Wesley.
Yes, and that was a great, and again, this is one of those classic examples of, like, I said this when Lexi Ashinelli battled Paige. Audrey put on a real, like, star-making performance in that battle. All the judges said so. I agreed. I was there watching that night, and I think that Audrey is going to be really tough to beat. And I think she's going to really put up some really great battles this year.
Okay. All right. That's a 13th round pick. That's a big pick in 13. Moses.
This one, because I see what's left, really. And I forgot I didn't pick Austin, and there's a lot of talent in Austin, just like there's a lot of talent in Chicago. So you can wait to kind of get a good pick out of Austin late. And this is between Heather Keith and Dan Nolan for me, because they are 2 of the best. Dan's probably one of the best writers in the whole league, and then Heather's probably one of the best performers and writers in the whole league. But I don't know if Heather's really going to be a part of, doing it this year. And I've got a lot of, I got a lot riding on these guys doing this, and I can't keep swinging. Yeah, he knows it. It's going Dan Nolan.
It's Dan Nolan.
Yeah,
it's a good pick.
I got to go Dan Nolan because I know this is all he's got. And Heather Keith has got she's got a bright future. So she doesn't really want to roast battle that much anymore.
Another deceptively tall one. When I battled Dan and I turned to deliver jokes to him, I'm like, this guy's a monster. Yeah, you love. But I like that pick. And they're actually battling each other at the Mothership on March 16th.
Whoa.
Dan Nolan, I think, is undefeated across 2 seasons. He's a guy that, frankly, like I said about Paige earlier, with the wild card, I think the Bay Area could make the playoffs. Same with Austin.
Yeah.
Austin could easily take that wild card spot, and Dan Nolan, if he gets the right battles, could easily win their MVP. He's that talented. We've been seeing it for a decade, back to the LA days. High upside pick.
And there's also so many other Austin battlers who are in the mix that we haven't picked that are also strong performers aside from these 3. You got, Jack Timmons out there. You got Francisco Rincon out there. You've also got some of the newer people coming up over at the battles.
Trey Pack's going to have a big season. That's one of my official stances. I didn't get him on the team, but Trey Pack's going to have a big year. Colin O'Meara. Colin O'Meara's incredible.
Yeah.
So many talented people, and in talking to Adam Lucky, who runs things down there, they got a whole other crop of people from the Creek that they're waiting to, kind of debut at the Mothership. So it's going to be great. I have, in my 13th round, I still need Denver, Chicago, Cleveland, and London. It's not often you can get a guy who's top 10 in the league this late in the draft, but that is the case with Luke Hall.
That's a good pick.
Luke Hall battles all the time. He loves it. He hasn't really broken through with a lot of star-making RBL Weekly performances, but he battles a ton and he wins a lot. So he's one of the few guys that even if he doesn't really make RBL Weekly, he's going to be getting you points probably monthly. If he gets on the podcast,
strong ass pick.
It's a bonus.
Yeah, that was my next flex pick. I thought you guys weren't even looking at him.
Yeah, no, sorry. I've had my eye on Luke for about 7 rounds now. Just beat you to the punch. And then let's see. I need Denver, Chicago, and Cleveland. I'm going to go to Denver right now, and I'm going to go with a guy who is not in the top 100. This is a sleeper pick, but I think it's a good pick. Give me Spaghetti Jake.
Jake. Yes.
Got to go with Spaghetti. Had some great battles last season, including against Andrew Manning at the Mothership.
That was a great battle.
A lot of fun, man. He's just fun. He's just. I like guys on my team who are just fun. I can always count on their battles to be a good time. Give me Spaghetti.
I like it. Moses.
Wow.
You need Toronto, Tokyo, and flex.
Wow. All right. Damn, that Luke Hall pick really messed me up. Okay. Wow. That hurts. So Dan Nolan and Heather Keith are both battling at the mothership?
They're battling each other, yeah.
Each other, okay.
Yeah.
Give me Mike Paxman out of Tokyo.
Good pick.
Had to get him. He's the last, the big three. Bill Miller, I've seen that guy battle. He's strong. He's a better judge than a battler right now. I feel like Bill's like he's almost like, he was good in the heyday before we got on TV. It's like Bill was a good radio guy. He's not, it was like TV is just a little too long in the tooth.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. Okay. But Mike Paxman, anybody who takes Keith Carey to the limit like he did, I think that's a strong pick.
Great pick. Man. Okay. I'm going Toronto for my next pick. I'm going Sebastian Fazio.
Ooh.
The Bashmaster. Okay.
I think there's a lot of Toronto is a city that obviously it's hard to pick somebody from Toronto. You know, to your point earlier, but I do think from the battles that I've seen and from I think the upside, Sebastian seems to make the most sense.
I like that pick a lot. He battles a ton. He loves this sport more than maybe anybody in the league. That dude loves this shit.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's one or two little tweaks away from being a real player in this thing. So I like that pick.
Yeah.
And it's between him and Mila Kopeeva for most annoying voice in the league. But he was gonna be my pick out of Toronto. Just know that, Bash. I was looking at you, buddy. You're a monster. When people aren't crushing you for whatever that you do out there.
So we each have 2 picks left. Jay, it's your turn again. You got Atlanta and a flex spot.
Okay. For my other back-to-back pick, I'm going Atlanta.
Okay.
I'm going. I did a little research in the break, checked to see what the Atlanta stats and numbers are like for who's battling, and this one I think is an interesting pick. I would love to see this guy show up in the countdown. Tamar Rubin's partner, Zach Wright.
Wow. Okay, so educate me because I do not know anything. I mean, I've seen his name. There's two gentlemen named Wright in that scene. I'm not sure if they're related or not.
I don't think they're related. Will and Zach, I don't believe they're related.
I think they battled each other, but you know more about the Atlanta scene than I do. Educate me on why Zach Wright's a good pick here.
So I say this. I took a look. Zach is somebody who does consistently battle out of Atlanta. Will battles as well, but not as consistently as Zach. Zach's in there a little bit more from what I saw. And also, I have seen Zach stand up a bunch. Zach is a very funny comic, and I know sometimes it doesn't always translate well to roast battle, but I don't think Zach would be going back and doing roast battle again and again if it wasn't translating for him.
Okay.
So I got faith in Zach, and also, Tamar Rubin, one of the other top battlers out of Atlanta. They're dating. They're together. Iron sharpens iron.
Okay.
So that's my pick.
Cool.
That's my Atlanta pick.
Interesting. Okay, so sparring at home leads to great battles.
That's
It's like
I'm thinking.
domestic abuse. All right.
Yeah.
That's not what I said. Brian Moses, you have Toronto and a flex pick.
My bad. All right. So my flex, because I'm gonna wait for Toronto. That's gonna be my last one. My flex came down to my boy Jay Light and Miss Heather Keith.
Ooh.
And because I'm big on no DEI here and no nepotism, I'm gonna go Heather Keith. She's really women are the best at this thing when it comes to merit. They're just really strong. Jay's been doing this too long at this point, and I hope somebody does pick him up. But just because he's a friend of mine and I've had him for so long, I can't subscribe to nepotism here and just pick him because I know he's going to be doing a lot of battles, and we're probably going to be picking him all season just because we want to win. And we're anyway. Yeah.
This also sets up a really dramatic thing for the last pick of the night. Is Jay going to take himself? Because he has a flex spot left. It could happen. We're going to find out momentarily. I got Chicago and Cleveland. It's crazy to me that Max Sorich is top 10 and he has not been picked. But I'm going to stick with that because I don't think that he's going to be active this season. I've been watching Chicago stuff in the offseason, and there's a name that keeps jumping out at me. It's a major sleeper pick. I'm going with Rebecca Jaffe.
Oh, I love Rebecca. Oh, Rebecca Jaffe's a great call. That's a great pick.
She was just on an episode that dropped last night. I was watching it live as it premiered, and she had the strongest performance of the whole night. I remember when she first got in, the battle was sent to me with the text like, oh, these are two like improv guys going against each other, and I was like, oh god, this fucking improv. No offense, improv people, but you suck. And Rebecca fucking murdered it, and now she's like sticking around and making this her thing, and she's really, really good at it. So, give me Rebecca Jaffe, and then
That's a great pick.
Yeah, because she's such a fan of the sport.
And honestly, shout out to Chicago too, because I do think Chicago has more room for battlers like Rebecca Jaffe.
Yeah.
Not to say that the other cities don't, but the way that the comedy scene intermingles in Chicago is very different than it does in other cities.
very true.
And I think that style lends itself. Obviously, I think there'd be great battlers from like the alt and clown scenes here in LA, but they just don't ever come to the Comedy Store.
Here's one other name I'm going to throw out there for Chicago, and I'm sticking with Rebecca, but hey, this is just a free tip to anybody. Chicago, the thing that launched Sorich last season was winning the tournament because of how it's positioned against the start of the season. They have so many new names in the tournament this year, but one familiar name that we haven't seen in the last 2 years as much is Evelyn Troutman.
Yeah.
Before we officially launched this thing, we had an unofficial season where we were kind of watching, different cities figuring it out, and Evelyn Troutman was one of the big, like, 3 in Chicago. It was like her, Grace Leishman, and Jessica Misra.
Man.
Yeah.
And Troutman is back in the tournament. I could easily see her winning the whole thing.
I was wondering, yeah.
And putting up crazy points before we even get to April. So
Man.
that's a sleeper. Keep that in mind. For my last pick in Cleveland, I'm going to go with Brandon Petrie.
Nice.
He very funny guy. Seen him battle a few times. Battled at the mothership and killed it. And I believe he is the current champion over there.
Wow.
Could be wrong about that. If he's not still the champ, I tune out in the offseason a little bit. The commission needs some R&R. But if he's not still the champ, he was at one point, and he's really funny. So I'm going to go with Brandon Petrie for my final pick.
Wow.
Good pick.
The Petri dish and human Narcan, Rebecca Jaffe out of Chicago. That's crazy. That's a hell of a roster there, Commish.
Thank you very much. I'm happy. I'm happy with my team. I got a lot of diversity here, a lot of different styles.
Yeah.
And some British people, so it's gonna be good. Moses, your last pick. You need someone from Toronto.
I do need someone from Toronto. It was going to be Hershon Aurora, or I think it was Jordan Fisher. Is that his name? There's a couple guys I liked out in Toronto I was going to pick, but there's just something about Amanda Custodio. She runs a bunch of shows out there that are roast-oriented. She's got friends out there that are always talking about, you got to just keep checking out Amanda. When she came down to do Austin, people were like, oh my God, I can't believe you guys got Amanda. So the more I keep hearing about Amanda, the more I keep falling in love with her style of roast battling. So I hope she battles a lot this season. Give me 10. And I think we're going to win.
It's a good pick.
Just need 10. Now it's time for the Mr. or Mrs. Irrelevant of the draft. The player who goes last in the NFL draft is known as Mr. Irrelevant. Jay Light, who's going to be Mr. or Mrs. Irrelevant this year?
I would like to be the Brock Purdy of this, and I'm picking myself.
Let's go!
No digits?
No. I gotta go. I gotta bet on myself.
Wow.
I gotta.
Light.
I'll say for numbers standpoint, I'm battling at the end of this month. I know it's not the season, but I'm battling at the end of this month. I already got 2 other battles lined up, 4 after the season has started. I'm gonna keep racking them up, so I'm putting it back in. I don't know if I'll be battling in other cities,
Jay Light,
but I'm betting on myself.
I love it.
We're going for it.
That's amazing. Hell yeah. So those are the rosters. This is going to be a lot of fun. Internally, we don't have anything on the line. We can't win $500, but I'm going to track this, and I'm going to if I'm winning, I'm going to keep track of it.
Every week, yeah. Yeah, this is our like a pregame show, like with like Terry and Howie and all those guys. Like, this is our thing we have to look at every week now to see.
This is good.
Yeah.
Wow. You want to hold it up for the fans here?
Well, I think our producer back in Toronto, Colin, is going to be working on a very official graphic. However, if you want to see what we're doing here, I don't even know if the camera can get this.
On that.
We're working on the new studio.
Production value.
But yeah, Colin is going to throw a really cool version of that up there. Just for the record, the battlers who were top 20 ranked in the last 2 seasons that didn't get picked: Max Sorich, Katie Kincaid. Who else? Lexi Accinelli was top 20. She didn't get picked. And Dan Wicks. So some interesting names in there. that didn't quite make anybody's roster. Again, if you want to get in on this, join the Patreon on any tier. And if you want to check out the Patreon for free, you could do that. Sign up for free. There's a bunch of exclusive content that's available to even free members. But if you join the paid tier, you can participate in one of these fantasy drafts and have a chance to win some money. Let's ride out. We're going to close out this episode with another battle. But before we go, let's get some closing thoughts. Jay Light, how do you feel about your squad?
I feel really good about my squad. I feel like strategically, I'm happy with the fact that I've got multiple MVPs from multiple cities on here. I feel like I've got some strong performers. I feel like I made some good sort of, middle of the draft, sleepery kind of picks. Obviously, there are a couple cities where it was really hard to choose somebody. Chicago, in particular, was a really tough one. But I feel good about my squad.
Both of the RBL World Champions on the team.
Yeah.
Nicely done. And the number one overall battler and former MVP, Shalaka Kurup. It's a hell of a squad. Moses, thoughts?
Yeah, Jay's got all the chalk, I got to say, on paper. But, every season changes. And I think I've got a lot of guys who are hungry. Guys is universal. I got a lot of ladies on there, too. But I think I got a lot of people who are hungry this season who are going to do at least 10 battles each and dominate for Team Moses.
On my team, the second one of these guys doesn't battle for like 3 weeks, I'm going to start spamming your text thread with trade offers. I'm going to be big on the trades, the waiver wire. I'm going to be all over all of that. If you guys are not getting up there, I will not hesitate to replace you with Fujiko, no matter who you are, no matter where you live. That's my policy. I'm standing by it. This was a lot of fun, man. Fantasy drafts are the fucking best. Thank you guys. Until next time, Moses.
Let's roll!
Here's a battle.
Our final battle tonight features some legendary unearthed footage as Jay Light battles Doug Fager in the belly room from nearly a decade ago. It's a 3-round battle that we are presenting in its entirety. We don't usually show judges on RBL Weekly, but in this case, the panel includes Jeff Ross, Theo Vaughn, and Jim Carrey, so we're making an exception. Yes, you heard that right. Jim Carrey. It was a different era, so let's address the comments you might be tempted to leave down below. First off, the guys running up on stage are the Wave. We know. You don't like them, and they ruin the show. We got it. Sorry. Also, we know the audio and video aren't up to our usual standards. This was in 2015, and it was filmed on some sort of calculator. If the video is unclear, here's all you need to know. Doug looks like a ginger lumberjack, and Jay looks like Rachel Maddow. Without further ado, enjoy the battle.
Brian motherfucking Moses! Come on back up here, guys. Come here. Everyone, battle, 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 battle. Look at the great shape Josh is in. Nice titties. Beautiful, Josh. Big love for Coach T right there, please! Coach T. You are honest tonight, Coach. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Joke Writer Showcase, and this is the main event. We call this the Cobra Kai Dojo stand-up comedy. Who came to get verbally violent? Yes! Coach, you're with me tonight. Beautiful. Let's get the judges tonight. Listen, for this episode of Rose Battle, let's call this guy Mr. Irrelevant because he has had a current credit since 2009. Folks, Comedy Central's own Brett Ernst. How you doing, buddy? Hey, Brett, Eric's not over that breakup yet, is he? Who? Oh, no, never. Why does he keep saying I'm 54 years old? How old are you, Brett? I look that bad? Huh? No, you look great. How old are you? 48. Beautiful. Wow. I'm kidding. He's close. All right. And next to him, he's got a show on TBS called Deal With It, Comedy Central. We're actually surprised he hasn't died of venereal disease. Folks, Theo Vaughn.
Look, guys, a lot of you chicks know I took a few minutes from fucking y'all to be up here tonight, so I'm really happy. Happy to be here. Let's have a good battle.
Thank you. Hey, and Big Papa Bear, you know him from Roast, from the Comedy Central Roast. Yeah. Without further ado, Jeffrey Ross.
Excited, Moses.
You should be. This is a good one tonight.
This is huge, dude. This is fucking packed roast battle crowd. I sense a lot of fucking positive energy in here tonight. I'd be remiss if I didn't introduce a living legend, Jim Carrey's here. Welcome back, Jim. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but obviously everybody's very, very happy to see you.
It's really beautiful up there, man. Nothing to be afraid of.
Jim, welcome back home. You used to fucking live here, right?
Yeah, I did. I sold drugs.
Now it's my job. Put in some Adderall. Moses,
yo,
bring up the fucking main event, motherfucker!
But first, give love to everybody's favorite boy band, the All Nigga Wave! And of course, our house haters. Hi, haters.
Yeah, I'm just on Fandango right now trying to find Straight Outta Compton in Beverly Hills.
You're not gonna find it, dude.
I'm still gonna look. And what you call them, the all what wave?
That's the All Nigga Wave right there. Oh! Let's meet the balance for this evening. These guys are bad motherfuckers. First guy bring to the stage. He's 3-0 in roast battle history. He's never lost. Ladies and gentlemen, he's got a dead brother. Gotta say that about him. Sorry about that, Doug. Make it loud for Doug Fager, everybody.
Moses, what kind of intro is that?
I had to set them up for that because I know that they're going to talk about it.
I just like that everybody laughed. Usually when somebody says there's a dead brother, the only one who laughs is Earl.
Oh, that's pretty good. It's a black joke. It's a black people joke. Hi, Doug.
Hey, Moses.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you too, man.
Nice.
Thanks for that awesome welcome.
You're welcome. Good to have you here.
Moses, before you guys start, your mics are a little low, man. Turn them if you can turn them
So is this one. Coach K, hook yourself back here.
Hey, the Coach T.
How'd your brother die?
Bro's got all the power. All the white power.
That's the only power to have.
So, Doug, you're going against Jay Light. Why are you battling Jay tonight?
Jay Light! Woo!
Shut up. Let's go with this with an open mind. Shut up. Because Jay Light has the biggest lips I've ever seen on a hero. And he also lives with Frank Castillo, another roaster, so I figured, why beat one battler when I can beat two?
It's a solid answer. He's never lost. But it's this guy's 10th battle, so he is tenured. Folks from Plano, Texas, 5-year comedy vet, 6-3 in roast battle history. Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Light. That was appropriate music for Jay Light.
Very appropriate.
Straight out of Plano. What up, Jay?
What's going on?
All right. Now, I brought up his dead brother because I had to, because I knew you were going to bring it up.
Right.
So now why'd you call this guy out?
He called me out.
Did he really?
Yeah.
So why are you saying yes to it?
Because I like taking out cocky bitches.
Woo! Alright. Let's get to the rules. First rule of roast battle. Nothing's off limits except for physical contact. You have glasses, you don't kill anything. Second rule of roast battle. The original material only. These guys are both writers, not worried about that. No internet jokes, no your mama jokes. At the end of every battle, rule 3, we hug. Whatever! First round, tit for tat, 1 minute. Who's going first? Yeah? All right, folks. Remember, listen, judges, this is for you. Every time there's 2 white guys, they always get it wrong. Now remember, glasses, Jay Light, beard, Doug Fager. This is Doug. This is Jay. Are we ready? Let's go!
Doug looks like a gay hipster. You dress like you drink cum out of mason jars.
Jerry Thomas Light III.
Amen.
Jay, your name's so white they fly your birth certificate above the Capitol in Charleston.
Doug, you used to live in your car. I don't know how you slept at night over the sounds of girls screaming in your trunk.
He's saying you're dangerous.
Jay, you look like the lesbian daughter of 2 Montessori teachers.
Doug came in his pants while making out with another comic. I'm not surprised. The stage isn't the only place he can't last 3 minutes.
Jay, you're 25 years old and your parents still pay for your cell phone bill. What plan do they have you on? Unlimited talk, text, and failure?
Hey, that's round 1. Make it loud. Yeah. Round 1, give me a summary.
I had almost a tie. I think Doug, maybe I scored at 1 more joke than Jay. Funny shit. I don't think either of you are there yet, so I'm gonna hold my vote until I see what these guys do.
All right. Dallas Cowboy fan, Brett Ernst, what you got?
I gotta be honest with you, man. It looks like a draw.
Yeah?
This first round, I'm with Jeff. I don't know.
This is like Battle of the Uber X drivers.
Doug, you look like a lift driver, actually. All right, so we got a push from you 2. What about you, Theo? What do you think?
I mean, I think both of you guys look like nice guys. I think everybody seems real positive, and I hope it goes great.
HIV positive.
So who you voting for?
I think it sounds like, I don't know. Maybe, Jim, do you have a comment, man?
I was distracted by their cocks.
So is Jamie.
So is Jamie.
Jeff, I think it's gonna go for you.
You know what though? Yeah, he had the whole first fucking joke plan with the cum mason jars.
Yeah.
You guys just scream at cum mason jars? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. All right. Well, it's close, but I scored it. Doug had 1 more hit than Jay. Yeah. But I have a feeling, Jay, you always prepare so hard for these roast battles. I have a feeling you could come in the second round now and come back. So make it happen, buddy.
So, haters.
Well, I don't like seeing 2 white guys go up against each other.
Why not? Why not? Hey, why not?
I mean, I feel like it's two slave owners fighting over you, Moses. Tell Venus Williams to sit down. I mean, what is it with this?
Oh, he works in the yard for sure. He stays outdoors.
What is it with the new way tonight? We got a light-skinned one, we got Venus Williams, we got an Asian fat, and then we got some Arab guy. I don't know what the hell's going on. Is that the DMV line over there? Listen, don't say my real name in this fucking thing.
Tommy, sorry about that.
Well, I mean, I passed Theo because he said he'd take Yorcy on the road. I can't watch an NFL game. I feel like I'm watching Gorillas in the Mist. Listen, you want the fucking racism, enjoy it. All you fucking Jew agents in the crowd, this is where I'm at after 15 fucking years. As the house fucking racist. You think I like it? Listen, are you people bitching about the fact you're just pissed you didn't use your shitty joke?
Listen, you need a vacation at Niggerhead Ranch. You need to just...
Listen, stop saying ranch.
Drop the mic? God damn it, Earl. Woo! All right. Hater section's on fire right now.
Moses.
Yes.
Real quick, roast battle veterans Brent Morin, Mike Lawrence, give it up for it.
Yeah.
Roast battle champions.
Yeah. Thanks, man. All right, listen. Doug won that first round. I think that's what Jeff said, right?
Yeah, Doug won that by one joke in my scoring.
So Doug's up one. So now we're going to round two. Round two's a little different. They get 30 seconds apiece. It's going to be as many jokes as possible in a lot of time. So you lost the first round. You want to go first or defer to Doug?
I will defer to Doug.
Doug, you ready? Audience, are we ready?
Jay, my grandparents love your comedy, but that's because they think you're Billy Big Mouth Bass. Jay, when you use a straw, you don't purse your lips, you duffel bag them. Jay, you look like a clown in human face. What are the three things you can't give Jay Light? A black friend, a fat lip, and a job in comedy.
You're up, Jay.
Doug, you're making a lot of jokes about my lips. You should tell your career to pay attention to them, so they know what something huge and appealing looks like. You can tell Doug's a farm boy since his face looks like a moldy hay bale. Doug shoved so many years of corn up his ass growing up his butthole's owned by Monsanto. Doug, you grew up on a dairy farm, which might explain why you're like the margarine of stand-up. I can't believe he's not better!
Really, good job, Willie. Everyone love this show. Make it laugh for these two. Willie handcuffed himself. That was so good. Holy shit.
Is it just, Willie, understand up real quick? I think Willie's just like Richard Pryor convictions. Okay, I
Hey, you got a vote.
I've never seen that before, a black guy in cuffs. Christ, it's Haiti. It's a Haiti doll. Haiti, get over
Hey,
it.
put it down and give me a
hate.
Let's hate. Well, I already have it. You can't catch it twice.
The voodoo doll.
I know we got Tracy Chapman's rape baby here.
Yes. If anybody's wondering, yes, somebody said it last week. This is just an excuse so we be racist as fuck. That's all we're here for. Theo Vaughn, please vote.
Oh man, I don't really know what to say to you guys. I feel like, what is your name again? Jay. I really like what Jay was doing tonight.
Ernst. Yeah, I gotta go Jay this round. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, they're 1-1.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
It's a strong battle, better than the last one I did.
Yes.
That was fucking horrible.
Jesus.
I like the brawny man. But, don't worry, Jay. You can still change the toilet mints. Go ahead. Wait, between rounds, Jim said something interesting about, Jay works here, Moses, you work here. Sometimes a lot of the guys who did the show work here. What were you saying about Sam Kinison? He was the doorman. So you should be inspired. A fucking doorman could one day die in a car accident. Thank you for those words of inspiration.
Jay, none of us are going to end well, by the way. The stats are in.
Yeah. It's so cool having you here. Jay, I fucking knew you'd come back. That's how you fucking do a round 2. Congratulations, man. Jay gets that round, we go to fucking 3 rounds. Way to go.
Like I was on mics. All right. Hey, before we go to the third round, anything to say? Anything to add?
Jay, you might have won that round, but just know that you look the way it feels to get molested at Comic-Con. So.
I just like that you brought your own one-woman screaming cunt wave to a That is the first time Jay Light has ever made a woman scream his name. So.
More than you've ever.
Earl, why are you sitting... Why do you have a guy in a Hawaiian shirt who's shaped like Kauai?
Because I'm trying to... guy?
Oh, I thought that was Rosie O'Donnell's missing daughter.
Listen, I'm trying to figure out which one I'm gonna fuck after the show. I like tits, Olivia's got great tits, and Keith's got amazing tits. And Barry Sobel told me to go for it. That's an old school.
You can do no more.
That's an old school fat joke. Let's see you guys come up here every week for 2 years and be fucking racist. Fucking easy, you hacks.
Oh, it's not easy for you, motherfucker. What are you talking about?
Oh, it's easy for me. I just don't know if it's easy for them.
Oh, you are Donald Trump on steroids. Let's have some fun with this last round. It's round 3, the haymaker round. Jeff, we're tied up. Who's going first?
Before I say who's going first, Mike Lawrence wants to give some words of wisdom to these young roasters. Mike Lawrence, roast battle, undefeated, awesome dude.
Thanks. I think it's awesome that Jim Carrey gets to see 2 battlers who haven't been vaccinated tonight.
But he definitely should be.
He's a fucking and I'm a huge fucking fan, Jim. Thanks for
Start with the Gardasil. Protects pussies.
Jim Carrey from downtown.
This is fucking awesome tonight.
It was retarded tonight. You ready for this last round? Who's going first?
All right, it's tied up. We're going into the 3rd round, and I think Jay should close. I think Doug, you should go first.
Do it, Mr. Limpet. Close it out. Just close it out, Mr. Limpet.
All right. Remember, Theo and Brett and Jeff, this is Doug. This is Jay. Hi, Adam Egan. Good to see you. Folks, are we ready? Okay. Let's go!
Hey, Jay Light, if you ever wonder what people are thinking when you're on stage, just reverse your first and last name.
Jesus, Doug, your brother died from food poisoning. You're still that comfortable eating shit?
Jay, my brother did die, and that was the hardest thing I ever had to go through. Until I saw you try and do 15 minutes.
Black pride. That's all right, Doug. Your brother, he's up in heaven now, or just like all of us, he looks down on your career.
Jay, you have such meaty lips on your dyke face that when you go down on a girl, it's considered scissoring. Why is every bit deaf? Every bit.
Black crime.
I ain't touching that one.
Doug, you look like Mumford got gangbanged by the Suns.
Life, I like that.
Last joke.
Jay, you are the light version of a comic. You've got zero taste, no flavor, and you're a shitty substitute for a regular.
Comedy's not really working out for Doug. That's why he works at Umami Burger, so he can finally hear someone tell him, well done.
I mean, the wave is unhinged today. Jamie, how many things you put in your ass tonight?
That guy.
All right, we're going to... That was the last round. Brothers, what do you got?
Holy shit, man. That was fucking hard, dude. You guys came hard, man. I gotta tell you, first of all, you shout out Serena, but you didn't say nothing about Arthur Ashe.
Well, he gets an applause break on a dead black AIDS joke. And I'm the asshole. How about a Black Lives Matter joke? How am I supposed to win my fantasy football league if they don't?
I fucking love you, man. Jesus Christ.
I gotta tell you, man, Jay came at him with the brother jokes. Doug fucking fired back hard. He went for the jugular. Fuck, man, but that last one was, I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. They both drew a lot of blood, man, but, you know, Jay came hard. I don't know, man.
What about Leo? What you got?
You know what? I'm going to say this, man. I think that that regular joke at the end, you know, with your brother dying and you still working through that and coming back with those jokes and staying strong, I'm going to give you a round of applause right there. It's easy to fucking make fun of someone when your brother's alive. If you don't have a brother, then that's your fault, dude. Leave it at two.
I have a dead brother too, so I got the sympathy vote.
All right, so Brett kind of said Jay. Theo definitely said Doug. Who you got? Break this tie.
This is not an easy one. Jim, you want to weigh in with me on this? Really, everyone here respects your opinion on
Well, I gotta say, these guys are both incredible,
absolutely,
unbelievable gunslingers, both of them. And but I got a soft spot for Gilbert Gottfried, so I'm gonna go with Jay.
That's a good point. Jay kind of looks like if Gilbert Gottfried fucked a really hot chick. A tall chick.
I think we should go one more.
No, we don't have to go one more. They're out of fucking jokes.
You think so?
I don't think they are.
Hold on a second. You didn't even pick anybody, and you want to go another round.
Get these two white kids a chance.
It's fucking 100 degrees in here.
White lives matter. Give them a shot.
Cut me, Mickey. Cut me, Mickey.
One more joke.
Doug looks fucking nervous to go one more joke.
Of course, he's
Jay, you agree? One more joke?
He's got nothing.
What's that? We can go one more joke, but I think Jay won that. I don't think it's fair. Hold on, that's how I'm calling it. I don't think it's fair because he wants to go one more. He doesn't want to because he closed strong. He did what he's supposed to do. He lost the first round. He came back. He won the second round. He decidedly won the third round. And I'm not going to take it away from him. Congratulations.
All right. Thank you, Howard Dean, by the way.
By the way, this is an awesome fucking roast battle. You both should be congratulated.
Yo, this is the best one I've ever seen. I've got it 4 times. It's the best one I've ever seen.
You guys should be brothers, man. Y'all should be each other's brother.
Yo.
No, because then you're gonna die.
No, they're white. They're white. They'll live.
Doug, you fought hard. Now you want to go another round? Roastmaster spoke.
I thought it was 2-2. I thought you was it?
Yeah, he voted. He had to follow vote.
I'm trying.
He had to
Fuck you.
By the way, you had some of the best jokes of the night. You were fucking great, Doug. There's no doubt about that,
Yo, 3-1, 7-3. Folks,